Welcome back, everybody. By golly, we are back here with Plane Accident. We'd played this a little bit before. I feel like it ended up being a German crashed his plane on a beer run. You know what? I'm pretty confident that's what it was. I think this is actually the plane in the background that we're looking at, too. I think that was that accident. Yeah, definitely. I'll link that here if you want to go get caught up on the story so far. Well, we've got yet another accident here to investigate, and good news, they've actually implemented a tutorial for this. Let's see what we've got. First day, before starting work on real disasters, you must first undergo training. At our training center, you will learn what will be your responsibilities. Good luck. I've already done this. Come on now, no problem. By the way, if you happen to be new to the channel, I'm a real pilot and a former air traffic controller. So let's see what we've got here. Oh man, this guy. Welcome, it's your first day on the new job. My name is Anthony, and I know everything about plane crashes. Before you begin the real investigations, you must undergo training under my supervision. All right, well, we won't, since we're experienced investigators as it is, I think we can skip most of this tutorial, Anthony. These trees, this is extremely subpar stuff, by the way. I gotta say though, the movement feels okay. It has been like a couple years since I played this, so you know. So this is the crashed airplane here in the tutorial, and I gotta say, it looks like one of those like styrofoam airplanes you could buy at like the hobby store. Go glide in your backyard. Can you imagine one of those styrofoam planes like this size? Wouldn't that be awesome? I do love their Mad Max Cessnas with like the exposed exhaust. I should also say, for anybody frustrated with like the graphics and whatnot, getting this thing to record has been tricky since their last update in whatever it was, March of 2025. So I've had to bump things down. I've had to fundamentally change the graphics settings on my entire computer just to make this recordable. And I'll say that if I run, it pretty much ruins everything. So we're just gonna be walking. Okay, Anthony, we've got this. Let's move on. Okay, looks like the first mission here is Time is Money. Alfred Ballware, known as Crazy Fred, was conducting sprays with his well-worn old farming machine. The weather conditions were perfect. It appears a malfunction forced the pilot to make an emergency landing in a cornfield. Head to the scene and determine the cause of the accident. Okay, we'll see what we can do here. Oh my gosh. Why would you cut to that just blinding white screen like that? All right, we've still got our pickup, good to see. Take the backpack from the trunk. I don't know if I would call this the trunk of a pickup, but that's all right. Find the wreckage. Let's see, where are we? Some, farmland, I guess? I don't know. Yeah, cornfield, okay. Gotta be real careful about only walking here. Trying to record this game has been a lot like flying an osprey. You know, everything's going fine for a while, and then all of a sudden, just, you're falling out of the sky. So I gotta walk everywhere. There will be no sprinting. We're gonna slowly turn to look at things. Good. Unfortunately, this game is just so right up my alley that I gotta play it, you know? Big old bales of hay. I'll tell you what, in the, if the middle of the United States is dry enough, you make good money if you got good hay bales like that. People gotta feed their cows, you know? Okay, looking for the crash. Whoop, there it is. Oh my gosh, is it on fire? Are we serious? All right. Extinguish the flames. Gosh. Am I just like the only person? Am I the only person who can take care of this? Are we serious? I wonder. What do you think? Nope. Alright. Ooh. That is some lighting effects right there. Okay. Corn here. I mean, this looks like it's ready for detasseling. Anybody done detasseling before? Between detasseling and cutting thistles, that was a good way to make money for buying fireworks and candy in the summer as a kid. I tell you what. Okay, all right, we'll get this one. Apparently extinguishing a bunch of fire. Is the guy in here? Is the pilot still in the plane? The pilot is still in the plane? Was I the first responder? Oh my gosh, okay. All right, well, a little bit more urgency. Still gotta walk everywhere though, make no mistake. Pilot is still in the plane. Check the condition of the victim. Oh my gosh. Oh wow. Wow, what are we what are we doing? Oh my gosh. What on earth is that? Okay. Check the condition of the victim. I should not be the person taking care of this. What do I need to click on? No. Oh, there we go. Oh my gosh. Is he alive? Oh my gosh. Call for medical assistance? Okay, your aircraft accident investigator should not be your first responder. What? Heckin' cutscene up in here? Oh my god. Wow. I don't know if you saw it, but those ambulance lights definitely like bent space time. I don't know what that was all about. Holy goodness. Wow, this turned into like a EMS simulator right there. Jeez. All right, mark the crash site. So hang on, this... We got some tanks or something over here. You got nitrous? You using nitrous on your, what? AT-502? Air Tractor 502, maybe? It doesn't look big enough to be an 802. Something like that. Okay, secure the wreckage. Okay, I can do this. Gonna have nightmares about, like, I wanted to do aircraft, well, to be fair, a key aspect of aircraft accident investigation might be like, victim recovery and discovery, as you know, depending on the types of crashes. Whoa. Okay, all right. Mark all the elements of the wreckage. Gosh, I don't. Okay, so this is the. Is this the poles? Hang on, don't I scan something with my drone or something? All right, well, the drone was no help to me yet, but I gotta say that, like, having rocks like this big just kind of in the soil probably tells me that this is not great farming soil. I come from an area where a question on a math examination was to calculate, oh gosh, what was it? It was a center mount circular pivot in a square section of land. And you had to calculate how much of the land was not being irrigated for crops. Basically the area of a square minus the area of the circle in the middle of it. And that was a very realistic question for a lot of the families in the area of you know, things that might be relevant to them. What is this? Oh, we got a, okay, we got a propeller blade. Gosh, okay. Propeller blade way over here. Looks like we got a piece of landing gear here. We got one of the mains. This aircraft, it should be a tail dragger, presuming that it's vaguely historically accurate. That looks like something. Oh, almost went right by the other one. I'm just getting all these Steam achievements popping off, and I don't understand why. Boy, okay, so it lost... What happened here? All right, hang on. Some sort of, I don't know what that is. Piece of metal. Part of the spraying apparatus. Okay. Off the right wing, it looks like. Okay. Random trash can. Can I mark it? Is this evidence? Nope, not evidence. My gosh. Just like walking around out here looking for stuff. It's like we're... But there's... It's like they're living... This farm is within visual range of a nuke test site. Like, that's one of the suns or mushroom clouds. And you can see there's the other one. Maybe this is like a... This has to be a different planet. This is an alternate reality. Okay, landing gear, landing gear. $30 pieces of evidence? I just popped a trophy for 20 pieces of evidence. What is happening? For any achievement hunters, the achievements on this game appear to be hilariously broken. Get in there and check it out. Propeller blade right there. Okay. That's not out of the question. Not entirely out of the realm of possibility. You know, I don't mind the look of these aircraft, of course, but for my money, a good crop dusting aircraft. I mean, first of all, helicopters, obviously, they're incredible. You can land, get more fertilizer, get more chemicals, and right there on like a trailer, big elevated trailer. Or, of course, I mean the big radials, the biplanes. I think those were Grumman, like ag cats, maybe. I don't know. Can I label that as a piece of evidence? Because that is definitely a piece of evidence. Let's see. So it looks like we're still missing the tail wheel, presumably. Oh, there it is. Okay. Gosh, then one more piece of evidence. All right. So if we follow the accident scene outbound, we got all 3 wheels over here. That's interesting. Wing spray apparatus, some sort of piece of metal. What piece of evidence am I missing? Gosh, if he was trying to spray that cornfield and you got trees that tall back there. Oh man, okay. I have some concerns about this spray operations risk management. Where? It's I think I'm missing a propeller blade. At least, yeah. I mean, at least one. So we found this one. The other, there's one right in front of the plane. Oh, there it is. Aha. Photographic documentation. Get to bust out my... I don't even know what a good camera brand is these days. You know I'm taking a picture of this ribbon. Perfect. Popping trophies. Okay, so that one was for 10 photos taken. I'm gonna take a picture of there. Oh. Yeah, there's 15 photos, but that was only 2 since the last one. Okay, call the technicians. Now, what do I think happened here? Okay, the guy was alive. He was still in it. And there was a fire. The propeller blades are spread out. Generally you would only have a fire. Well, I mean, that just says there was fuel. That doesn't necessarily say that the engine was running. But that blade being way over there tells me that the prop was probably running. Having the gear spread out over in this direction, plus whatever that thing is. You think this thing fell off, maybe? I mean, with how low it was, how fast it was going, how fast it would normally be going on a spray anyway. It's tough to say, but... main gear, tail wheel, final resting place. Then we got wing debris over here. So, oh my gosh, we got the sun over there too. This place, he was blinded. He was blinded by nukes. He was trying to spray in a nuclear testing ground. They're trying to genetically modify the corn. Oh man, I wonder if I can go up into it. Oh my gosh. Okay, well, not very far. They were trying to genetically modify corn using nuclear blasting. This is what happened. It blinded him. And so he, hit the ground a little fast Gosh, coming down over those trees too. To hit the ground right here from trees right there with how fast this thing was going. How fast they would have been going, of course. I mean, man, that would be an incredible negative G pushover for him to be busting out, flying towards me over these trees, and then to hit the ground like right there. Well, anyway, I'm gonna guess that no, seriously though, I think these things would add drag, whatever this whole thing is. So, just too heavy. I think it was a weight and balance issue. Yep, weight and balance. Let's get the technicians. Oh, Anthony. Gotta love that smash cut to the white screen. You know, that really drives home that you're trying to crop dust on a nuclear testing ground. Oh, back here in the investigation hangar. Good. Oh no! Where's the Mad Max Cessna? Oh my gosh, it better be out here. Oh, there's one. Yes, Mad Max Cessnas. I feel like... Excuse me. Sir, can I have a moment, please, sir? I'm working. Okay, all right. Read the documents of the case. Let's see what we got. Gotta head in here to the investigation area. Case file. Place of incident Cloverdale. Type of aircraft Airduster 205. That's an what do they call them? Air tractor. Air tractor 502. Nah, I'm onto them. Flight route spraying on the farm in Cloverdale. 1 passenger, 0 victims. What? Crazy Fred Ballware. Okay, read that before. Thanks to the pilot's experience, he was able to make an emergency landing. Okay. We have a date of the crash. I mean, if that crop was ready to be detasseled, you're talking late summer. There we go. Okay, we'll start at the top. Technical log. Holy goodness. Plane maintenance record. Harvest. 24th of July. What? All right, June. There was a problem with the radiator, but I fixed it with gray tape. Oh gosh. I attached the new spray tanks. Now, 1 flight and everything will be sprayed. March, I installed the black box. They ask why, and I tell them that I can. Like a voice recorder flight data box. That'll be interesting. Plane maintenance record, engine regeneration, fluid replacement, hydraulic system inspection. No other repairs were performed. You're just talking about like all of the aircraft's major systems. Okay, the electrical system as well. That's fine. The owner has been informed about the poor technical condition of the aircraft. Inspection and repairs carried out by Stanley Woodson with a license number. Good. That was in 2022, though. I mean, I guess I'm not clear when it crashed. Plane maintenance record. The engine is running worse and worse. I've looked at it, but I don't know what's wrong. I have to take it to Stanley. Good call. 24th of July. I fixed the throttle because it was sticking. Now it sounds great. Okay. Concerning. Flight log. What do we have? Oh, gosh. All right. May. I'm still flying over the fields. If all goes well, I'll have sprayed the entire cornfield in 2 weeks. What? What? This cornfield must be huge. It's time for vegetable spraying. With the new tanks, it goes even faster. Okay, so, well, I mean, April, then May. Here's March. I went to the Fairmont Fair. I ate some delicious food, maybe a bit too much, and now I have a stomachache. What am I looking at here? Is this the pilot log? I'm checking if the plane is in good condition. It would be helpful if Stanley could take a look at it. And in November, I went to Fairmount for some bigger shopping. Everything works fine. Well, that's not the sort of stuff you put in your flight log, okay? I can't. Photographic evidence. Photo. This photo doesn't add anything to the case. What? You're just gonna tell me? Alright, photo of the plane. The tank is not an original part of the plane. Yeah, I mean, obviously. Photo doesn't add anything to the case. You talking about those? This photo with the attached stuff right next to the tail, adding drag, messing up your weight balance. No. It doesn't add anything to the case. Don't worry about any of that. Check the testimony of witnesses. Sergeant Kowalski. What a break. I managed to determine that the witness to the accident was neighbor Mike. Perhaps his testimony will be helpful. Okay. St. Mary Hospital. Mr. Fred Balware was admitted to our hospital in a critical condition and has not regained consciousness yet. When his condition improves, I will inform you by email. Okay. Perfect. Please just text me. Okay, don't call me, don't email me. Shoot me a text. Okay, we gotta call some witnesses. What do we got? Oh, 12:46 a.m. Gotta love it. Time to start making moves. Okay, mechanic, what do you know? That plane together. This plane was held together with duct tape. Inspections? What inspections? As long as something was working, it was working. And when it broke down, Fred fixed it himself. I don't know why, but Fred insisted on having a black box in the plane, so I helped him install it. Maybe there will be some information on it. Okay. All right. Interesting. 24 seconds. So, Stanley, how you doing? Late night conversations with the aircraft mechanic. Those are always the best ones. Okay, neighbor Mike. I was sitting on the porch and watching Crazy Fred fly over the cornfield. At one point, the plane went straight down to the ground. Luckily, Fred is a good pilot and somehow managed to land. Maybe it's because of those huge tanks he attached to the plane himself. There you go. Neighbor Mike gets it. I told him, just like a friend, that with those big tanks, he won't go far. Okay. Well, I mean, obviously they've got kind of a meth situation happening in this neighborhood. Place the clues on the board. All right, what? Oh, golly. Spray tank too large. Okay, that's one option. Black box, we gotta take a look at that, sure. And then Fred is in the hospital. That's leading clue. Bomb. Look at the case topics. Once again, we've got bomb. Definitely a bomb, wasn't it, Fred? And that's why Fred wanted the black box. Make sure he knew what was gonna be happening. Oh, airplane blooper. Ooh. Yeah, air tractor. There it is. Air tractor AT-502. Oh, come on. They even tried to call it something else to not get in trouble with having crashed the plane. Okay. Oh my goodness. Look at that. It's like practically vulgar. That'd be the kind of poster I'd have in my like mechanics shop, aircraft accident investigation place. I love what we've got here. We've got the air tractor. We've got obviously basically a centerfold blueprint poster over here. Then we've got like some aircraft from like Brew Barons, which I did a playthrough of over on the Long Plays channel. But yeah, okay. Anyway, all right. I can't get distracted. We got to reconstruct the wreckage of the plane. Interesting. That's a different type of tank than is strapped to the other side. Yeah, so that was just his aerodynamic solution to that tank. But that tank is very different than these tanks. Huh. Okay, scan of the wreckage. Drone. Look out, drone, get out of there. Oh my gosh. Anybody seen the like Amazon delivery drones yet? They operating in your area? I would have thought that was so cool when I was a kid, but these days I'm like hyper aware of anything in the sky. And I think it would drive me crazy, frankly. Whoa. I was very nearly decapitated by this thing. That was almost bad. All right, got an email back, presumably about the scan. Good. Aircraft surface scan. The scan showed that the additional crop spray tanks did not affect the aircraft's payload capacity and were not the cause of the accident. Are we serious? Are we serious? Okay. Well, it said it didn't affect its payload capacity and it didn't affect the cause of the crash. I'm fine with it maybe not having caused the crash, but this would absolutely affect the way the aircraft flies, its overall amount of drag, like maybe not its payload capacity. Although that would just be extra weight. I mean, I can't imagine that he got a different weight and balance done for this aircraft, but whatever. Okay, so apparently these things were not the cause of the crash. I mean, blinded by the nuclear flashes, I think. All right, inspect the black box. Where is it? I bet I need a screwdriver, don't I? I should say, I have Microsoft Flight Sim 2024, and I've done a bit of like the career modes, you know, even where you can do like fire fighting, you know, in the aircraft and whatnot. And I just, man, 2024, Flight Sim 2024, it just really feels like they needed to just kind of keep building on Flight Sim 2020 rather than launching Flight Sim 2024 in the state that it was in. And gosh, I've done so many missions in that, like helicopter search and rescue missions where you have to land within a certain area to like rescue this person or something, but it's all AI generated, which is not terribly surprising, randomly generated, you know, with AI goals and stuff. And it'll be like, you must land to pick up this person because of the type of helicopter that I'm flying. I don't have a winch or anything. And the person will literally be on the side of a mountain. Like I can't, there is nowhere for me to land, and then I get penalized for not completing the mission. Like, what do you guys want from me? So anyway, I have not done a bunch of Flight Sim 2024 videos, and that has been intentional at this point. Okay, let's get this seat out of here. Oh, black box. Oh, we got some pills. Looks like the pilot here had some pills. So maybe he had like low blood pressure, or I got knocked unconscious somehow. I'm not sure. Flight recorder. Okay. Oh. Line up the lines, presumably. Sounding out of it.
What the hell? What's going on? Fuel? Fly, damn it, fly!
Did he say fuel? What, hang on.
What the hell? What's going on? Fuel? Fly, damn it, fly!
Yeah, I think he said fuel, and then fly dang it fly, and then the crash. I mean, there was a fire at the accident that would generally indicate that there was fuel. It is unfortunately quite common to see a plane crash with no fuel where it doesn't burn, like it just looks like an airplane, you know, in a tree or disintegrated on the side of a mountain or something, but there may not be any like scorch marks. Okay, send the vial for analysis. Can I read it? What's the tag say? Black box recorder. Recording decoded successfully. Reading result. During the flight, the engine stopped functioning. The probable cause was fuel depletion. Check the fuel level. I mean, okay. I would say that if this was my office, I would be tidying up those boxes to at least get them on the floor or something. You can't be blocking the goods like that. That's ridiculous. Check the fuel gauge in the cockpit. Whoa. Hey. All right. What do we have? Is that? There we go. The fuel indicator shows that the tank is half full. Confirm that with the fuel tester. It definitely does not show half full. Check the fuel level with the fuel tester. Presumably that's over here somewhere. Oh, yep, there we go. Okay. That one's dry. Okay, might have leaked out on the ground. I mean, we had a fire. Tank is empty. Okay, discuss it with the mechanic. Don't drink. It's weird. Fuel tester. Yeah, don't drink what's in the fuel tester. Absolutely. Let's get the box back first here and check out what kind of medications. What kind of medications was old Fred taking here? University Institute of Chemistry and Physics. We've analyzed the substance provided and we can confidently state that it contained ordinary aspirin. The powders could not have had any impact on the pilot's psychomotor skills. Man, tell that to the FAA. If you have anything in your system at the time of an accident, that accident report is going to talk about it, and they're going to mention it, and they're going to imply that it was something, even if they eventually conclude that it's unlikely that that blood pressure medicine was affecting things, or his high cholesterol medicine, or whatever. Still 12:46 a.m. I work fast, okay? Mechanic? Fuel gauge not working. Showing the wrong value? Very likely. Agricultural machines aren't subject to mandatory inspections. I suspect that half of the systems were faulty and barely holding up. Now, I don't pretend to be that familiar with the ag spraying regulations, but I mean, they're functioning as like commercial applicators, like they're commercial aircraft. They definitely have some inspections. So if you happen to be more familiar with the rules and regulations about ag spraying, let me know in the comments. I think Mechanic Stanley here is ridiculous. Good morning. I wanted to inform you that Mr. Balware has regained consciousness and his condition allows for questioning Dr. Alicia Kingston. Oh my gosh, what a shiner. Ouch. I feel weak. I don't know what happened. Was there not enough fuel? The gauge hasn't worked for a year, but I always refueled with 200 gallons of fuel and it was enough. This time my new employee Pedro refueled the plane. Okay, call Pedro. I speak English little. Si, senor, I tank airplane. As Senor Alfred said, 200 liters. Oh my gosh. Are we really gonna make this just like a translation, like a literally lost in translation thing? Yeah, 200 liters instead of 200 gallons of fuel. Was it? Really? Really? That's just... We got another clue here. That feels so cheap for all of this. Like, oh yeah, no, there was, a language barrier and somebody didn't put in enough fuel. You got this thing mounted to the outside of your plane, sir. And hang on, let's not forget this one, which looks vaguely a little bit better professionally done, okay? Like this, what a cop-out. What a cop, I'm not angry with the developers, A10, you understand. It's just, I'm just disappointed. They put all this stuff out there that's just... could be such an interesting story, and then they just retcon all of it in the laziest way ever. But you'll never let me down. All right, let's wrap this up. Ridiculous. Explanation of the cause of the crash. Crazy Fred modified his plane and installed additional spray tanks. However, that somehow had no impact on the crash. It turned out the cause of the disaster was the poor grasp of the English language by the employee Pedro. He misunderstood Fred's instructions and instead of pouring 200 gallons into the tank, he filled it up with 200 liters of fuel. The damaged fuel gauge did not alert the pilot that he was running out of fuel, which led to the plane's descent. First of all of that stuff, that is pilot's responsibility. Broken gauge, failing to verify the amount of fuel in the tanks. Like this was not Pedro's fault, okay? Like, my goodness. What happened to the characters later? Crazy Fred, he wasn't bothered by the accident. He stated that apparently it wasn't his time yet. He bought a new plane that he still personally pilots. However, this time he takes better care of its technical condition. You know what? Fred is an insurance fraudster. 100%. Installing a black box on a Cropduster like this, and then, oh my gosh, Fred absolutely told Pedro to only fill it up with 200 liters. He said, Fred told Pedro 200 liters and then, flew it probably a little bit conservatively so he wouldn't crash when he ran out of gas. Made the recordings sound like he was surprised and then blamed the whole thing on Pedro so he could get a new plane. Oh my gosh. Oh my, Anthony, give me a medal or something here, man. I figured this one out. Come on. Pedro, in his anger, Fred fired Pedro from his job and wanted to press charges. However, he quickly remembered that Pedro was employed illegally. Ultimately, a week after returning from the hospital, he rehired Pedro. To avoid similar mistakes, he invested in an English language course for his employee. Oh my gosh. Fred needed to invest in a little bit of refresher pilot training about the responsibilities of the pilot in command. Okay, this was not an immigration problem. What lazy storytelling. Oh my gosh. All right, yeah, congratulations. Take on the next case. My golly. All right, well, we definitely will do that, but it will not be today. If you enjoyed this, be sure to tell me about it in the comments. Did I have it right? Is Fred the biggest fraudster ever? I took a little bit of a break over the summer, having 2 young girls, spent a lot of time with the family. It was absolutely great. Be sure to stick around for more in the future. Thanks for watching.